Welcome to the Cambridge Union, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here today. My name is Sharina Shiv, and I'm the Equalities Officer. Put your hands together for today's guest, Still Banglez.
Thank you, guys. That was amazing. Great.
Thank you for joining us today. How's your day been so far?
Check, 1, 2. Oh, yeah, we're active. Instrumental. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. What was you saying?
It works. Yeah. Okay, all good. How was your journey here today?
It was good, man. I just woke up drunk and jumped in my boy's car and we just turned up. If you want the truth, I'll give you the truth. Yeah, we're here.
Amazing. Oh, and when was the last time you did an interview? We've not seen much of you lately.
What was that one, David, that we did? Oh, what was the name of the school? That was dope. King Solomon School, yeah, in Redbridge. Yeah, it was good.
Fantastic.
Like 4 weeks ago.
So it's nice to have you sort of back chatting to us. Congratulations, you've been working really hard for the last couple of years, wanting to know when the new album's out.
It's nearly ready. I think COVID has given me more than enough time to prepare to release it, but yeah, it's like a Harry Potter book, if you want to put it.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about kind of who's on the album, what have you been working on for the last couple of years?
I think what I've done is created a piece of art which represents UK music in its newest form, in the past form, and the current form, and the future form. So it presents you artists that have a lot to say. Musically, I'm expanding, I'm messing with instruments, producers, songwriting, traveling the world. I have a film, and I feel like it's a stamp. So I'm ready, yeah.
So how many songs are going to be on the album?
Where's my manager name? Where is he? I can't see him. Oh, how many songs, bro? 24. 24.
24. And who have you collaborated with? Who can we look out for?
So my next single is with Tion Wayne and Morrison. It's such a banger. And after that, it's with Nines, Mist, Mostak, and Mastermind. And after that, it is with... Can I say it? No. Okay. The fourth single is with Clean Bandit, Steph London, Wes Nelson, and Unknown T. What a banger. And then we have a freestyle from Gigs, which is crazy. So that's 5 songs I've mentioned of how many? 24? 19 left, guys.
Has anyone in the audience got any guesses who we might be collaborating with?
Anyone? Sidhu Muswala?
There we go. Okay, so talk us through the process. When did you decide you were going to do this epic album? And did you know that it was going to be 24 songs? Walk us through what you envisioned this to
Do you know what it was? I've been a music producer for a very long time, and it was getting tiring seeing rappers that I create records for not taking the records for themselves. I like that song, but it's not a banger. So forget it, but I'm going with this song. And I used to think, why didn't you release that song? My first song, Bad, was a song for Burna Boy and Mostak. But then I ended up putting up Notes, Mr. Easy, Young'un, and Mostak on the hook. And then that was a vision I had. I was like, you're crazy not to put that song out. But I understood that's his vision. Fashion Week, it's another mistake, right, Sully? Even he said it to me. That's one of my best friends here. He goes, I looked at him, I go, Fashion Week, or what was the other song? We don't even know, but he goes, Fashion Week. I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's put it out. You know what I'm saying? So it came from a place where I started making records for some of the biggest artists in the UK, but they weren't taking their records seriously. So then I said, you know what, let me put out my own music. And that's when the Still Banglez, yeah, all of that started.
I love that. Okay. And in terms of, do you have a favourite on the album?
I don't. I treat every artist uniquely. I love their aura, their vibe. Favourite? No. I love the whole album because it's my life. Mm-hmm. It's like a piece of art that I've just been chasing something. I'm not even entirely sure of myself, but I'm chasing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love everything about that album.
Okay.
I don't have a favourite. I don't do none of that.
They all just have different inspirations from different times.
And different meanings too. So a record on that album, we got Davido, Wizkid,
Kid, looking forward to
Crazy.
that. I actually got a
Sidhu
preview
Moosewala.
of it. So.
Who else do we have? Steph London. What's one of my favourite songs that means that Maverick Sabre? What a song. Fucking hell, unbelievable. But yeah, in Real World Studios in Bath.
And I
Amazing.
guess the most important thing, when is this album dropping?
You got to ask my manager, he's right there. September.
September?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's a long time to wait for all of this.
No, but we're dropping songs though. We're dropping 4 songs.
Okay,
We're
before
dropping
the album.
4 songs prior and you get 20. So please go pre-order that now, $8.99.
Okay, so let's take it back then. Let's understand a little bit about Steel Bangles and who he was growing up.
Uh-huh.
Tell me, what was life like growing up in London, East London?
So I grew up in Forest Gate, multicultural area. I'm so grateful. Yeah, big up Forest Gate. You don't know, yeah, hey, champ. Yeah. See, you made it to Cambridge, yeah? My G, don't know. Anyway. What I was going to say is I'm so grateful that I didn't grow up in, like, just an Asian society. Like, I feel like I'm blessed to have Turkish friends, Jamaican friends, Ghanaian friends, Nigerian friends, Irish friends, English friends. Like, I'm just so glad that I wasn't a cunt. Because a lot of people grow up in one society and they just don't get it. So that's why I'm blessed and that's why I'm a great musician. But yeah, next question.
And your mum's a music teacher. Do you think
Yeah.
a lot of that kind of...
She's the
down to
best.
your-
I think David, could you give my mum the microphone? I think she needs to speak in Cambridge today.
We'll grab a...
No.
We've got a separate
Yeah,
mic.
let's get a separate mic for her. Because she's going to speak about music. Mum, you tell them.
Let's hear from
Tell them,
Auntie.
don't be shy. Don't be shy, Mum.
Come on.
Please. First
So-
of all, take your mask down.
What do you want?
The
Talk
question,
about music.
the question is, you
Influence
were
in our blood.
music teacher. Sort of, I was asking Steel Bangles kind of how much influence, your home growing up. Talk to us about younger years when he was growing up, and was your music a bit of an influence to him?
Actually,
Mum,
because
could you pull your mask down for 1 second while you're speaking? Please, so we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, my whole family is in music. My sister is a music professor in university, and my brother he teach all the, you might have heard about Miri Piri Sikhs,
American
Sikhs, and my brother, he's a professor in the university, and he teach kirtan to Miri Piri American Sikhs. So my father actually started the first music. Actually, he was an ex-serviceman, but he started music in where I'm born in Bhakhara Nangal, India, Punjab. So he was the first music teacher there who started teaching Shabad Kirtan to the children. So I was grown up like, born and brought up in the musical family. So when we came here, and all I can see is like, children don't have they don't learn Punjabi and our music in our area, most of them. So I started Punjabi classes in the local Gurdwara. And I started teaching actually because I'm a professional. As a profession, I'm a nurse, but I gave up nursing because of my children for a long time. So I started teaching Punjabi in the Gurdwaras, and then I started teaching Shabad Kirtan and music to the children. I have about 300 children who are my students in the East London area. So then growing up in the house where I teach music, so all my children, they started playing all the music instrument I got from India. Mm-hmm. So they started playing that, and dhol and tabla, and all my children, they play music instruments. So he's the youngest one actually, because who actually has achieved in the music. Because everyone, actually we were more concentrating on the study for the other ones. But most of the time when we get together in the evening, so I do part and then we do kirtan after that. So that's how they all sing with me, the Shabad Kirtan, and then they play music with it. So that's how he got involved in the music.
And we used to play a game called Antakshari. Does anybody remember
Yeah, and
Antakshari?
we used to sit and we used
Yeah.
to, like, that was game, like, in the evening, and we just sit together as a family, eat together, and like sing Intakshani whenever.
Fantastic. How proud of you are,
So
are
my
you of
music
him?
influence is there.
Yeah. So I actually
Sit right there.
started teaching them music, like whoever want to learn. But then they were learning from the local classes, Tol and tabla. Only. I think the local teacher was teaching Tol that time. So they all got involved.
Yeah,
Everyone can play Tol actually.
That's fantastic.
All my children can play Tol.
Oh, we should
So
have had a
basically,
dawn
all
here
my
as
siblings
well.
were very musical, but
Yeah.
it comes from my mum. My mum, her whole family is very musical, and it just inspired me. And I didn't want to do anything else. I would procrastinate in school. Like, I don't give a shit about maths and all that. That's you, man. That's not me. Like, I just like to create.
Absolutely.
And I think I consistently did it and emitted a frequency to the point where I'm here. Could I get some wine, please? Anyone here? Yeah, could I get some wine? Yeah,
How
thanks.
proud are you of him, Auntie?
I'm very proud because what happened is then, I believe that if you believe in your child, even he go to the wrong path, he will come back. That was my belief, that he will come back to his roots and he will learn the values of your family. You have to believe in your child because I didn't care what other people are saying about when he went to the wrong path.
Yeah, let me just
Wow.
pause there because when I went to prison, which we haven't spoken about, a lot of the Asian community, typical motherfucking Asians, I hate you. Anyway, they said to my mum, "Oh, your son's in prison. What about you now?" And her son
Yeah.
and their sons are doing well. But how now, motherfucker?
Yeah,
What about now,
of
bitch?
course it is not.
You got something to say?
Of course, it's not nice, like when your child is in. It's
Sully,
very
let me
hard
get
for
that,
any parent.
Yeah.
For any parent going through that is very hard. It's a
Bring that
very,
one.
very hard experience, very wrong. But the society we are growing up, the environment we are giving to our children, the problems they go through this when they are in the schools, what.
Cunt.
So
Don't
all
fucking
they
come
go
round
through
here.
so many, racism, fighting, and all. I see how children are. I was teaching actually. I was a class teacher assistant as well in the school, so I know everything what is happening, so which is affecting our children. So I'm not just blaming children. I'm blaming the society and the environment as well. So, but we try hard. Every parent try hard to give their children good life and show them the good
And
path.
we never became haters,
You
which
know.
is the biggest blessing. No matter what life threw at us and our families, we never became like, "Oh, fuck my man," or like, that dickhead. Like,
Yeah.
we just thought, you know what? I'm going to show you one
Going to
day.
carry on and work on
Yeah.
your grind.
And that's why we're here.
So, and in terms of when did you realize, we'll talk about prison in a minute, but when did you realize that like music was your main thing and that's what you were going to dedicate your life to?
Do you know what the craziest thing is? I can trace it into my blood since I was born. I knew I was going to be a musician. Like watching my mum perform on stage. My dad is a poet. And like, I just knew like there was nothing else. And then I had to absorb life. I had to go to school. Not that I wanted to. Or like deal with people that have their own visions. And that's just socializing. But literally I knew from the get-go I was going to be a music producer. And I used to crave things.
I think deep inside he felt that he wanted to make mommy proud one day because he was sad when he actually, went to the wrong path. But the thing is, he never gave up. That's his good quality. The things he have gone through, why I always, after him, supporting him, because I have seen him going through a lot. And the only positive thing he have is he don't give up. He never gave up. It doesn't matter what people say. It doesn't matter what the pain he's going through. He always think positive. That I have to get through it. I have to do something positive. I can't give up. That's how his personality is. So that's, I think, the main reason he's where he is today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in terms of, when you did go to prison, were you worried about how that made your family feel? And kind of,
I was like embarrassed to be honest, but it was for a cause. Like I had a gun on me. It's facts. Like just run up on someone, they pissed me off. I just dealt with them, whatever. They called the police, ended up in prison. That's cool. And then I realized I'm having to change. And at first I didn't get it because I'm like in this room and I'm dealing with security guards. It's kind of like university campus. I'll be real with you. You know, when I walk into university campus after I came out of prison, I looked at it, I said, toilet and a room and a little window. It looks just like an institution. Like, it looks just like prison. Like, university campus is like prison. So I looked at it and I was like, this is fucked. You man are in prison and you don't even know it.
And we're paying for it.
Yeah, and you're paying for it, and you're in debt. And you come out and 90% of you ain't going to do the job that you studied for. That's fucked up. But yeah, so
I remember him when he first rang, when he went in and he rang me. He was so happy. And he said, Mom, it's just like East London here. That's what he said to me. And he didn't realize what he had.
Mom, the mic. Mom.
He didn't realize what he had done and what he's gone through, what the consequences are.
Yeah.
But he just rang me. He's so happy. He said, oh, Mommy, it's so nice. It's just like East London here, like that. I remember that word.
But yeah, and then once it kicked in and I was in court and the judge, there was a guy. So when you go to court, guys, yeah, Cambridge students, so I hope you can hear this. When you go to court, yeah.
These people will be working on the other side of the
That was it, yeah. They'll be prosecuting me. Fuck y'all motherfuckers, yeah. Listen. Anyway, but when you go to court, a guy like handcuffs you, takes you up. It's called like a keeper. And I remember I was looking at the judge. I looked at my mum, and he goes, "You've been sentenced to 6 years for firearm within the tent, to danger lives and armed robbery." And I looked at him. I said, "All right, mate, yeah, cool." I looked at my mum, and I thought, nah. From that day, my life changed. I looked at my mum. I said, "Watch." And then that's when I went back to my cell, 8 months in. And I started studying. I went to the library in the prison. All these dickhead prisoners chat shit. "I'm a bad man on road. Yeah, bro, I've done bear murders. I don't give a fuck what you done, bro. Don't talk to me, bro. I'm on my own thing. I'm on my own journey." And then I became awake. Like I woke up and I started meditating and started realizing this world is powerful. And I said, you know what? When I come out, I'm going to be one of the biggest musicians in this country. I'm going to influence people. I'm going to make moves that are so powerful that you can't stop it.
So what little steps were you doing to kind of move in that track then?
I read the Da Vinci Code. It changed my life. Anybody read that book, yeah?
No.
Yeah, great Cambridge students. Fucking hell, mate. Yeah, that was good. So what books do you lot read? Can someone tell me? Can I hear something? Do you know about the law of attraction?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you know about that. Right. Do you know about Outwitting the Devil? Napoleon Hill. 48 Laws of Power. Okay, cool. So we were reading different books. But yeah. You man were studying science exams and I was on some next shit. But yeah, we were just out here.
So you're having the thought that you wanted to, obviously, you're on this path, you're going to change things around. And then did you start doing your music inside prison as well?
Yeah, I started making beats. So once you become a good prisoner, a well-behaved prisoner, you get an enhanced status. So you're enhanced now, and then you can go on to they give you a catalogue back then. And it's like you can order a guitar or a keyboard. So I ordered a keyboard and I started making beats. And funny enough, the people that I met in prison are the biggest rappers when I came out. It's crazy. So it was just meant to be.
Meant to be, okay.
It's just a journey that I went through. And prison ain't a big thing. Like, it's just like going to what did it call? What was that thing that scouts or something? It's just whatever, innit? It's like going to the army today, or something.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So just kind of like a process that you went through in order to meet the people that you then started working with.
Yeah, but I came to a self-realization, which was the most important thing, because I realized I'm here, I'm in this room on my own, and I'm my own best friend. I'm my own worst enemy. How do I capitalize on this? And that's when I started to wake up. You got to be awake in this world. If you're asleep, you're done. Trust me.
So, and then in terms of kind of, you've now collaborated with some of the best people in the world. So Getz, Captain Conan, Mist, Mostat, kind of, what is it like working with those guys? And when you were, I guess, just coming out of prison and having that vision, did you ever imagine you were going to work with people on that level?
No, I mean, it's just, I knew I was going to be a great musician with what I was going to do, but I treat everyone different. Like, I don't treat rappers like a product. Like, I don't do like, it's a sealed and delivery date and price on it. I like to be with people, get to know them. What's your favorite color? What music did you listen to when you was young? How do you feel? What do you want to speak about today? A true artist. That's who I am. A true musician. I like to chill with people and get their vibe. And so what do you want to say today? Like, how do you feel? If you don't even want to write music, let's go and get some food. I don't worry about music. I worry more about the artist. Mist is an artist. He's more than just a rapper. Do you get me? He's got a story to say. It's very deep. His parents have passed away. He's with his brothers. He's on his own. When I met him, he was living in a car.
Wow.
And he goes, sick mate, Carla's back. You ain't getting your Darnar's back. Like, it's real life. Like, it's deep. Mo Stack suffers from autism. He has spasms in the booth, whatever. He cracks out. I have to deal with that. And he says his thing, my dad's not here. My mum, I'm going to give you so much money, but my dad's not here, but give him £10. Like, it's an expression. Music is an art form. It's deeper than that. So as much as you want to experience degrees and become educational in that, this is your world. But our world is a physical experience, like world, and I'm a PhD on that. Do you understand? I'm a doctor, 3rd degree Mason, I'm gone. I'm out of it.
Has there been anyone that you've met that you thought you were going to work with and then you were like, nah, like we're just not vibing and we're not going to be able to create anything magical? You don't need to name names, but...
I had one experience in Livingston Studios in Wood Green, and I tried to like bond with the artist, but I don't think he was ready. Maybe he was going through his own thing. But yeah, we didn't really make great music.
And what do you do? Do you have any kind of like rituals to get you in the zone for bringing out your creativity? Is there anything you need to do?
No, not really. I just play. If I play a key or play something or vision something or someone tells me something, I just make music. It's not like a formula to it. It's not like descriptive. It's not that. It's just music. Do you know what I mean? It's like, has anybody here seen Eternity's Gate by Van Gogh? He's losing his mind. Have you not seen that film? Do you know who Van Gogh is? He's one of the most notorious artists in the world, isn't he? Right? Yes, no? Am I chatting rubbish?
Yes, yes.
Have you seen his film? At Eternity's Gate? Well, you all better watch that tonight. He's losing his mind. He's going crazy. Yeah? And he's in mental homes. Traveling. People are saying, this guy's an alcoholic. He's crazy. He created Starry Night, losing his mind. It's one of the most iconic pictures in the world. Sold, how much did it sell for? Like 150 mil? Did you even know that? It's what, Van Gogh, when you talk about art, is he not the biggest? But you not have seen his film? All right, cool.
Not seen the film, no.
It's fine. Let's just talk about Tony Blair. What are you saying?
No. I feel like we're going to end up getting like a recommendations list from Steel Bangles at the end of this. So
But I'm just saying he was losing his mind. You see creative people. See Kanye West. They told him he was nuts. He did not go to Cambridge or Oxford, champ. He did not go to anywhere. He just created Yeezy in his mind. And everyone told him he's cracked. Went to France and cracked out. What are you on about, bruv? You're going to create trainers and I get out of it, man. You're a joke, man. What did he do? Did it? Do we all buy his trainers? Do we like it? Yeezy, I love it too. It's amazing, isn't it?
So who inspires you then?
Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, Punjabi MC, Nim, Gov, my mum, my dad, my sisters, Gatsby, Sully, Jeff, David, all my family.
The people you came
Life
through with
inspires
today.
me. My dad, sometimes.
Amazing. Okay. And in terms of kind of like the UK music scene, when people compare it to the US, do you think, talk to us what you think about kind of the UK
You don't need to worry about America no more. No, we have our own identity. I could listen to like Nines and the stuff he says hits me more than anything an American rapper could say, because you're speaking a different language, bro. I liked it and I got it, but once we got off, one foot in, once we did that, we just knew. So like I'll listen to Nines or like Fredo or Mist or like Dave, Santan Dave, some clever stuff. And it's like, yo, this guy's deep. I don't need, like, American artists can't really relate to me in the way a UK wordsmith can. They're wordsmiths. It's deep.
Yeah, absolutely. And in terms of, you've also really stayed true to your sort of authenticity and representation. And obviously when 47 came out and that was on mainstream radio, and hearing like Punjabi lyrics was just ridiculous.
Crazy, yeah.
And the way that made a lot of people, I'm sure, sitting in the audience feel. Why is it so important for you to kind of still keep that side in your music?
I think the brown community is what I call it. We're very subjected to, like, we're like overlooked. It's like we should just be like the corner shop people, or yeah, you're a labourer, you work, or like we're categorically we're just like not existence in the art. Do you know what I mean? And it was very important for me to be like, you know what, I've reached this stage and I'm going to get Mist, I'm going to get Steph London, that's my sister, I'm going to get Sidhu Moosewala, and I'm going to get me, Nim, Gov, everyone, and we're going to do this. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're going to make a song that represents brown people, and the radio is going to play it, and the video is going to be sick, and we're going to do it, and then we are going to light up the block in Southall. We are going to, you know what I'm trying to say, Nim? Like, we're going to do this. And it was just very black and white, so I had to bring brown, basically.
And do you ever feel that you're kind of carrying the weight of that, of having to represent brown people?
I don't want to represent any colour. This world chooses to talk about colours. I don't want to talk about colours. Mm-hmm. I just have to speak in this way to you because that's the way it's the script. That's what people want to talk about. Mm. I just want to talk about souls and spirituality, but unfortunately we are now categorically done in colours. Mm. And brown is not an important colour, so I had to represent and I had to bring a record. And you know what, funny enough, I got a lot of slack from Asian people, like, why is Steph London wearing an Asian dress? Why is Mist dancing to this song? Like, they're taking the P out of the culture. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you should even be lucky. Like, what are you motherfuckers doing? Nothing. You pussy. You ain't out here. You're doing shit. Do you understand? So don't get at me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. No, absolutely. And I think, obviously, a couple of months ago, you were very much on the front line of the farmers' protests that were happening.
Yep.
Why was it important for you to be there?
To be honest, you see, farming is the life of Punjabi people. It doesn't matter what religion you are. It could be Hindu, Sikh, Muslim, Jew. It doesn't matter. Punjab is a state of multiple religions and multiple cultures. It's not just Sikhs, but it's the farming state. And what's happening is the authorities or the government are trying to capitalize on that and do it like how it is here in British produce. Like, they're trying to put a price on everything. We deal with you, then they're trying to be middlemen. And I thought, nah, that's not how it works, because we're going to lose a whole leap of culture. We're going to lose grandmas and like just everything to do with like being Punjabi. It doesn't matter. Punjabi and Sikhism is a totally different thing. But being Punjabi was going to lose that, and I just had to support that because I'm Punjabi and I don't give a shit. So that's it.
Same. Okay, and what advice would you give to those that are still on the front line fighting for justice at the moment? I
don't have any, to be honest, because what can I say to a person that's been sitting there for 8 months, ride or die? I can say, keep going. Like, keep going. Like, what can I really say? I can't, like, give you a paragraph on, like, yo, bro, you should... It's not me. I can support you, though. You need some peas, all of me, I would do something. It's cool.
Yeah, okay. And obviously this week is International Men's Health Week. You've openly talked about sort of how you've dealt with your depressive stages. Just wanted to know kind of, you know, what advice also do you have for those that are going through tough times? And tell us a bit about when you recognised that things weren't exactly going the right way.
For me personally, being a creative person, mental health is... It changes. It's a state. Like, sometimes I'll be like I helped you, but now you're dissing me, or like, I gave you that much love and like you didn't do nothing for me. You left me here. Like, or I made that song for you and now you're just cracking on like you're the guy. Like, no. I'm a very emotional person when it comes to giving love, and so I have to suffer from giving love in this world because people don't understand what it is. And me personally, I had to express it through art, But people going through mental health and depression and whatever you want to call it, just go back to your childhood. Watch the cartoons you used to watch to. Listen to the music you used to listen to, and go around the people that you grew up with when you was not judged and you was not this human, like this adult, like, oh, I'm here in the real world. Go back to your childhood memories and cure yourself that way. No doctor can help you, and that's facts.
Who was your support system around you when you were going through it?
My mum, Nim, Gov, Gatsby, everyone here, all my family, Sully, everyone. But my own childhood memories, like I'd love to mix garage. Garage music reminds me of like when there was no responsibility. So I just sit there and play hundreds and hundreds of garage songs and think like, wow, I love this. I don't have to be still Banglez anymore. I don't have to respond to anything. I just want to lose myself. I watch Danger Mouse or Arthur or Hey Arnold. You know, them things.
Oh, Miss Hey Arnold.
That's what I'm saying. I just go back to cure myself to where it was not important to be someone.
Do you think it's important as a male that you speak out about the topic?
100%. I did it. I did it on the BBC. I do it on radio. I do it in my documentary. I talk about it. But when people reach out to me like, yo, how did you do it, man? You're on such a big platform. Like, because I'm real. I've got nothing to hide to you. Like, what do you want me to do? Pretend? Like, mental health is mental health.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Awesome. So I think you've told us a little bit about kind of what's next. So when you drop your new album, what's after that then? Where are you moving the goalpost to?
I think it's important for me to take a break after I drop the album, release a film, which is very deep, which I've invested a lot of time in, and come back and trying to merge UK and US in a way that no one could. You know, I was in a hotel with Sir Lucian Grange. He's one of the most important musical figures, if not the most important musical figure in music, at the Connaught Hotel in Mayfair, and I spoke to him and we was talking about like the vision and the future. And I think it's Canada accepts us. That's why Drake loves us so much. And like Nav tweeted my song the other day. Like, people understand British culture. We're embedded. But I think the next stage is to conquer America, but not in the way that everyone says, yeah, I'm going to go to America. No, I'm talking about accepting UK sounds with American eyes. And I think my second album is going to be very vital to the progression of UK music being recognized worldwide. So that is what I'm on.
Amazing. And just some quick fire round questions before I open it to the audience.
Cool.
So what's your go-to Nando's order?
Fries? No, actually, I'm chatting rubbish. A quarter chicken and chips on.
Okay. Where's the next place you want to travel to?
Jamaica.
Jamaica, okay. Yeah. Favourite West Ham player?
Mark Noble.
And where's your
Sully told me to say that, by the way.
favourite place to tour?
Favourite place to tour? London City, baby.
And Cambridge or Oxford?
Newham. Newham. No, I'm joking. Cambridge, man.
Hey.
But
amazing.
let me just leave you lot with something. You see something here like that?
Banglez, we're not done yet.
Oh, we're not
the
done
audience
yet?
are going to ask questions.
Oh, see,
now.
all right, cool. Sorry, my bad. Let me have a drink, man. What's going on?
So if you want to ask a question, pop your hands up and we'll get a mic across to you.
And don't be shy, because trust me, it's very vital you ask me.
We'll start with a question over here, please.
Yeah, thanks, Banglez, for coming down. I just wanted to say, like, you were talking about how the artists you've worked with and they have, you know, these stories.
Put the microphone up.
Sorry.
Tiny bit.
So you talked about kind of the artists that you're working with and they have these stories and they have that sort of things in their past. And I think I wanted to ask, like, what do you think it is about music and the music industry that attracts people who have like pain in their past, but like, and what do you think music offers them in able to talk about that?
Wait, say that again.
Sorry. So you were talking about like the artists you worked with and how they have sort of these stories and they have something to tell and a message. And I think, what is it about music, do you think, that attracts people with pain in their past?
Do you know what it is, bro? a lot of people love music and it's idea because they didn't get to express themselves, so they find refuge in an artist. That's why some people like J. Cole or some people like Mist because they lost their mum, or some people like Fredo because he talks about his friend getting stabbed. People find refuge in words and beats accompany that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? People like Sidhu Moosewala, do you know why, bro? Because he speaks what people used to speak at home in the Punjabi community that were too scared to say it when they turn up to weddings. Oh, yeah, we don't. He's the next generation spokesman. So people need to say stuff and they express it through art. And then you have fans or appreciators, what I call them. Do you get it? That's it. It's just that.
Perfect. We've got a question over here.
Tupac or Biggie, you better not be that, you know that.
Yeah, so you've talked about how, like, during your hard times, you've relied on your parents a lot, and they seem like they were really supportive. I feel like South Asian parents have, like, a rep for being quite controlling and, like, you know, having their own separate dreams for you that are different to your own. Is that something you've ever faced, and how did you kind of deal with that, like, difference in what you wanted for yourself and what they might have wanted for you?
No, I never faced, like, my mum was always very supportive, like, you've heard what she says. My dad might not have got what I was trying to do, but being from a brown home is what I call it. They're just very overprotective, which leads to being restricted to discover yourself. So it's like, you're done a routine, you're grounded, you need to go here, there. It's very controlling, it's very strict. But you have to break away. You have to understand that. Okay, Mum, I hear that, and this is what it took for you to get here, and I hear that, Dad, and I know this, but I'm going to move and do my own thing. You have to break out of the typical Asian mentality, bro. You have to. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. Because I wouldn't be here sitting speaking to you if I didn't. I'd be a doctor in Newham. Or I wouldn't be making bangers and running on stage, and I wouldn't do that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because I would have been subjected to the conditioning of the typical Asian mentality, and that needs to be eradicated. Be free, be who you want to be. Don't worry about what your parents say. As much as it's hard, because you live in their house and they pay the bills and they'll slap you when they want to and pull out the cricket bat and all that. Yeah, but the fact is, you need to become who you want to become. Otherwise, you're not no one then, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Can I ask a follow-up question to that? Why do you think the brown community is like that? Why do you think that they want accountants, doctors, lawyers?
I just think it's perceived as like being very great. Like, oh, my son's a doctor. How's your daughter? Is she good? Yeah, she's It's just typical gloat. Like, it's just like boasting. But does it really mean anything to them? Do they really spend time with that child that became a doctor and spoke about it and say, oh, so how is it being a doctor? Thank you. Oh, you've got a picture on the wall? Yeah, you see? No, it's more of like selfishness. That's what it is. It's being selfish and not being artistic. So to me, that's institutionalism. Again, become a doctor, become this, do that. My son owns this business. My son... No, we're not about that, man. Anyone else?
Just a question at the back
Let's
over
go.
there, please.
Yeah, so just to follow on that question about, you know, this sort of like, you know, this attitude towards education, which is obviously important. Obviously, we need doctors and, you know, lawyers and whatever. How, like, one thing I've noticed is that I noticed a lot of people who had those artistic, creative talents. Like, I'm from Newham myself, I'm from East Ham. So I noticed a lot of people growing up having those artistic, creative talents, but then just getting put down and not being told or not being encouraged to do them. And there weren't really any resources back home to really encourage that talent as well, because at the end of the day, it's a very, like, you know, our East Ham is quite, you know, poverty-ridden, and like there's other problems as well. So there's not a lot of like resources being put there. So how would you say we, like, develop the resources, develop the mindset for people to take on more creative arts like music, like art, like just general art as well.
It's very hard when you're stuck in between so many houses. Have you been to East Ham?
Yes, I have.
Do you see how many houses are so close together? Like, you can't even park your car, bro. Everyone's all of a sudden disabled and that. You drive down the road, like, where am I going to park my car? Disabled, disabled bay, disabled bay. Up there have killed it. It just doesn't make any sense. They're just raping the system. But when you walk out of that house, bro, I could not walk out of the house in East Ham looking out like, I'm going to pursue my dreams. It's a motherfucking jungle, bro. But you have to be the person that starts something. It's hard, and it's going to be hard, but you have to have that fresh mindset. You have to be like, you know what? I'm going to invent a new way. There's some kind of way that I'm going to do, and people might call me crazy, and he might not get it, and when I walk down the road to the corner shop, he might not get it, and you have to come out of your shell, bro. Don't worry about being conditioned. It doesn't matter if you're Nigerian, Ghanaian, Indian, Pakistani. It doesn't matter. You have to grow out of your conditioning, because your conditioning is what motivates you to go where you're next. So you have to come out of it. Simple as that. That's it.
Perfect. Any other questions? Don't be shy. Oh, question over the back there.
Anyone else?
Thanks for speaking to us today. So I was just going to ask, you mentioned taking inspiration from Van Gogh, Kanye West, Dr. Dre, and the 48 Laws of Power. What kept you going after coming out of prison to, sort of that long road?
The fact that I knew I couldn't get a job. I knew, bro. Do you know, I came out and I looked at my mum. Andre was there. And I looked at Sav and I was like, it's a big task ahead, but we're going to do it. Mumsy, yeah, I was working in the hospital that time as well. That's my only job that I've had. But yeah, when I came out, I was like, I've definitely been designed to become a musician, because having a criminal record doesn't mean you're going to necessarily get a great job. Like, you have to battle that. I'm not working in Sings with Blood. You're fucking nuts, cuz. In your mind, bruv. Do you know what I'm going to do? Have some balls. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to build a studio and start expressing my art form. And I knew I had to do it. And guess what? If I didn't do it, I'd be dead. Or I wouldn't be here speaking to you and you asking me that question. But it is inspirational. But I'm normal just like you, bro. I just had the balls to do it. You just have to have some balls, man. It's that simple. Just grow some balls, man. That's it. But real talk, bro, I knew I couldn't ever get normal after I came out of prison. I just knew there was never going to be that way. So I had to find another way, and I created it. And you might get hurt. You might lose friends. You might lose money. You might argue with people. You might become a celebrity and people dish you online and like, yo, that guy. It happens. Same people you give love, they'll stab you. It happens. Because you're so powerful, because you have the determination to do what you love. To do what you love is the hardest motherfucking thing. To do what you're told is easy, because it's instructed, isn't it? That's it. Simple.
Wise words, wise words. We've got time for another couple questions. Perfect. We'll just take one from the front here.
Hi, I was wondering if you think music producers get enough credit, or if it can be quite upsetting when you've worked really hard on a track and the people that everyone's praising are just the people who are singing or rapping on the track.
It's like the guy that discovered Ronaldo, and he trained him for ages and ages, and he's the star on the pitch, right? You're not going to get recognized, but you need to find... See, being a music producer, you have to find fulfillment within yourself. No matter what success the music you produce gives to that person. And it does upset me. And it does feel like, yo, blood, like you wouldn't even be on that stage if it wasn't for that decision that we made in that studio. But now you're all of a sudden thinking you're the guy. But I don't want to... I don't want to go there. I don't want to poison myself. That's poison. You can't poison yourself with like, oh, I love you, bro. Let's make some music. And now we made a hit. And I'm looking at you like you don't even care about me because I'm going to poison myself. So guess what I did? I created a producer band called Still Banglez. And I put my own records out. And I did my thing. I said, yeah, you need to do that. It was a mutual agreement with rappers and producers. But it's very hard. And a lot of producers do try to make their brands. But it has to be true. It has to be from the heart. Do you know what I mean? But you have to accept. It's like a doctor. You walk into the GP. Oh, I'm not feeling good today. Here's some medicine. Do we credit the pharmacist? We're like, yo, the pharmacist gave me that medicine, made me well. We talk about, we went to the doctors today. We never talk about the pharmacy, do we? It's the same thing. It's deep, right? But yeah. So you have to accept when you are healing people or when you are making people great, accept your role. As much as it seems hard and like I don't get my recognition. Like some days Sully will be there. He drives me everywhere. He sits with me, he sleeps with me, like everything with me. Do you know what I mean? Like as a brother, do you know what I'm trying to say? Or Nim will answer every email, or Jeff will be there filming everything. They might feel like that sometimes, like why is Banglez like, but it's not that. Play your role, do your job, and you'll be blessed. That's it. Simple. No pimple.
One thing from that, and
Cool.
I follow this.
This is my manager, by the way. Can we have a round of applause, please?
It's back to you, and it was like, I say this, like there's beauty in being the frame, right? The canvas tells a story, but it wouldn't be able to be held together without that frame, and each part of it holds everything together, right? And we have artists and producers who fight to be that canvas when really it's as important as the frame. It's just whether you want that. There's also so many negatives in being that canvas. And also, if that tune, let's say you made a song and it flopped, are you willing to take the heat of you being a shit producer as well? You know, you have to balance it out. That was just something I just wanted to say. But yeah, go Banglez. Great producer.
But it's true. It's like, it's a lot of pressure, man. Can we make some noise for Gatsby? That's my brother Gatsby. Can we have a round of applause? Thank you.
Yo. Actually, I've got two questions. If you could work with an artist that's alive that you've never worked with and an artist that's dead, who would they be?
An artist that I would work with alive, his name is Lipical. One day we can get in the studio. And who's dead is Nusrat Fateh Khan.
Does anybody watch The Only Way is Essex here?
Mackenzie.
It's Liam Gatsby over there.
Yeah.
Cool. We've got time for another question at the back here.
So my question is about like performing and like live music. Like I said to you up there, like I was here in 2018 when you performed at Cindy's, and it was like a crazy night. Growing up, did you get to see a lot of live music, and like how big was that in your process and like the way you create music?
100%. I was conditioned by D.E.E. He's like one of the most infamous grime MCs, and he would take me to like Eskimo dance, Last Man Standing in Hackney, and I used to watch him speaking on the mic, and I was like, this guy's inspirational, like. And I'll be there like 12 years old, 13 years old, and I just watch him shelling, and the crowd is going mad. And I thought, you know what? One day I'm going to do that, and that's why I pick up the mic, and that's why I shelled Cambridge, because I was conditioned.
Thank you. And you wanted to say some final words before we wrap up?
Final words is this. I never went to college. I got kicked out of secondary school. I done my GCSE exam for music in year 9, and I A-starred it. In year 10, I'd done my A-levels in music. By year 11, no one gave a fuck. And I met Gatsby at Castle College. So I got terminated to there. I never went college and never went university. I just pursued what I loved. There's something in me that I love, and I'm going to do that no matter what anyone tells me, no matter what people judge of me, no matter what report they have online. I'm going to go and do my thing. And one thing I will say to you lot as well is, I've never met a person that didn't make it who gave up. Do you get that?
Definitely.
I've never met a person who never made it that gave up. That's it. Simple.
Perfect. Everybody put your hands together for Still Banglez.